Hi there, it's Ruth at Artful Stampin'. Today we're going to be making a Christmas wreath. Now it's up to you if you want to do a Christmas wreath, but it's the 25th of the month and I like to try and share with you a little Christmas project. So here is a wreath that the ladies at a recent retreat that I organised made. They had all the elements to make this. They didn't have to use all of them up at that point, but I think most of them did. And it was really nice to see all the different combinations of wreaths that they made. Now they had a choice when they booked to have winter colours or kind of traditional Christmas. So for this colour scheme I used Pool Party, Whisper White and Crumb Cake. Now at the moment there is a pack of cardstock that you can get that goes with a really lovely, I can't remember the name of it's a 6x6 pack of paper. Anyway, when you look on the website, or if you look in the catalogue, you'll see it. There's a pack of cardstock with all these colours in it. So it saves having to buy one each of each pack. You can buy one pack and it has the 3 colours. Hope that makes sense. Then the other pack has the Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green and Very Vanilla in it. And that's really useful to be able to have all those different colours in one pack. Okay, so I'm going to just start going through all the different elements. And I've got my daughter here to help me make some of them up. Some of the dies that I used to cut up the cardstock have retired, or they're not necessarily Stampin' Up. So for example, this one is a Sizzix die that came out years and years and years ago, and I've kept it in my stash because I find it such a useful shape to cut out. These leaves here were ones that Stampin' Up released quite a while back now, but we don't sell it anymore, but you can probably find it on a good auction site. And also these ones here, they weren't oh no, they may have been Stampin' Up, but a long time ago, or they may have been just been Sizzix, I can't remember. However, a lot of the flowers, the bulk of the flowers, can be made with our current Stampin' Up punches. So we've got the medallion flower punch here, which is really great. So May, can you start scrunching that up like that? You just put it into your hand like that. Why do I want to scrunch it up? Because it helps to give it texture. May can't believe that I'm asking her to scrunch up. Just close your hand.
It hurts.
Okay, we'll just fold it over like that. She's got little hands, so she's finding this a bit tricky. Okay, so you just scrunch them up just to give them some texture.
Yeah.
And then also scrunch up these ones as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. She's getting there. She's getting there. Okay, so these ones can be scrunched up. So I'm going to show you first of all how to make, just bring mine in, this flower here. Oh no, not that flower.
Where is it?
No, that one.
Ooh.
So it's one of those, one of those, one of those. That's it. And then a pearl through it. Oh, that's easy. Okay, so I think this kit is made up of...
These are the pearls.
Oh, these are the pearls, yeah.
Because there's points at the end, that's the pin. The pin.
So I found a really easy way to... Oh, excuse me, reaching. Really easy way to get some texture into flowers is to get your top of your Tombow glue and stick that into the flower when it's in your hand. So we need to pin. We don't need to glue, we're just pinning. Now that's another tip of mine. You can pick up these pearl, if you put it on your hand, May, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, show everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
I push it.
Push it. That's it, there we go.
Trying to push.
So if you don't want to do lots of faffing with gluing, these pearl pins are very, very cheap. And there we go, that's one already done. Then these flowers here are quite nice too.
Do I do the same thing what I did with this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
These ones are quite nice to build up together with as well. So, you know, maybe one like that, and then one like that. And again, pop a pearl through that. So what's really fun is just to punch out loads of different flower shapes and to then just play with layering them up. Yeah, there's no real right or wrong way to do it. And if you wanted to as well, you could sponge or get a sponge and just put a little bit of colour on the edges of these. You'd like a pen, would you? There we go. It's for you. Be careful with it.
Can you quickly just do one more layer on each?
You want to do another layer? Oh, she's doing double layer. Right, there's one there. I'll do that one on that one.
I'm not sure if it's right.
Okay, so while May's doing that, I'll get on and show you how to make the largest of the flowers. Just get my Tombow here. And so here we have a 2-inch circle, 1 3/4, then a 1 3/8, and you need 4 each of these. Okay, so all you do is just go around the edges of the circle like that, just to help shape them. Okay. So that's all you do. I think once I've shown you this, I'm going to, by the magic of video, I'm going to cut away to me doing them all. Okay, so I've shaped all these.
And I'm trying to do a new one.
And May's doing a daisy. So then you get a scrap piece of cardstock. I've just got this one here, so that's the one I'm going to use. And this is the point where you do use a little bit of glue. However, you do have to be careful not to glue everywhere, as you will see. So then you get your big circle. Oh, May's finished her daisy.
Why does it keep breaking?
Because it's got really big holes in it.
Yes, but like I've done it more than once. Okay.
Right, so you put a little bit of glue just at the edge of the circle there, like that. Oh, you need to get the one that's smaller. And place the one that's slightly smaller down by the edge of it there. And put a little bit of glue on the edge, and then put the smaller one on. Okay, so we're just going to carry on sticking that. Well done, May.
See if this doesn't.
I know what, why don't you pop it into there, and then it'll keep it safe.
I'll get the other ones up here. I don't know, you keep going off. I'll get all of them.
I'm getting very messy doing this glue in there. Not usually so messy.
I know.
Usually I'm quite careful with this glue. Okay, so I'll come back to you once I've stuck all those. So here are the 4 petals, as it were, that I've stuck together. And I'm now going to assemble it on my scrap piece of card here. So I put a little bit of glue down and then stick the left side on, leaving, I want to do it so that when 2 are on, there's a gap in the middle. Okay, so a little above halfway. Then I put some more glue, let's have a think how I'm doing this. More glue there, and it will kind of make sense as I do it, so you can adapt how you do it. But I want to overlap them, that's why I'm just putting glue in one spot. Yes, May, you're nearly finished wrapping it, are you? May's wrapping the fabric around the wreath, so that
all the flowers are
going to go on, that's right. There we go. And I'm just going to poke. So this left side is going to go under and then over the first one. Okay. Okay, just cut that bit off here.
We've already done a little bit.
Oh, I need a pin. So even the fabric, we're just pinning into the wreath. Right.
Because then it'll stay.
Come around the back of me then. Okay, so that's the 4 petals stuck on. Then we've got the 1-inch circle to go on there. And the reason why I say leave a space is so it's easier to get the pin through. Okay, so I'm popping the pin through and then through that layer. So they're just the 2 layers of card rather than like 6 or 7 or 8 layers of cardstock. So I'm just going to pop that in there. Yeah, so May's already started pinning her flowers on. Actually, I might just pin that directly onto there. It'll just be easier. There we go. And it is really easy to poke those pins through because Although this wreath is quite small, so I'm going to have to do this at an angle because I can feel the pins coming through the wreath. The ladies I did that had the wreaths at the retreat had slightly bigger ones. Okay. Maybe go in that direction.
Okay.
And push it in. There we go. Right, so once you've pinned it in, if you want to go over and put a little bit of glue, you can do. Right, so we're going to carry on making our flowers and shaping our leaves. So with the leaves, it's nice to just put a little bit of texture into there. And you can do that by hand, or you can use a pair of tweezers if you want to. You can do that with that, like that, if you want to. And it's nice to tuck the leaves under the stalk parts underneath the flowers, so that the leaves are actually coming out from somewhere. You know, there's no real right or wrong way to do this, but I will say that if you want it to look fairly realistic, always have the leaves coming away from the flowers.
I'm trying to do that my hand.
Oh, good, well done.
Okay,
Tuck those in.
that's good enough, Mum.
Yeah, that's fine. And tuck it in. And if you use a hot glue gun, you can use that to really secure it.
Can we use these?
Yeah, can use it.
How do you use
Right,
them?
so if you're going to use these, my suggestion is you lay it on the wreath like that, and then you can get one of the flowers
And then
and you can pin it
through.
through like that.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Okay.
it around here because I don't want it
Okay.
too near.
So I know what, if I take that one out, you lay it over there.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put it through the leaf.
And then it goes through.
Yep. There you go.
Tweezers are definitely easier. Oh, I
Tweezers
know
are
what
easier.
we can do. We can tweeze these.
Yes, oh, that's the other thing you can do. Yeah, you're quite right, May. You can, if you've got smaller leaves, you can tweezer those just to make them look a little bit more realistic.
Can I do
And again, you can sponge, get some colour onto the edges of those.
like maybe some dark?
Yeah, maybe the
green.
same green or a darker green.
Yeah.
Actually, what is fun is if you use the white, craft white ink. It's quite nice to do on the edges as well if you want a more frosty kind of look. Right, we're going to end this video here because I think we've kind of given you a good idea of how to create your wreath. If you want to purchase polystyrene wreaths and you live in the UK, then I got them from a company called opitec.co.uk or .com, I can't remember which, but Opitec, O-P-I-T-E-C. And if you want to purchase any of the punches, the cardstock, then please head to artfulstampin.co.uk. And also there's loads of ideas on there, and there'll be pictures of this wreath and the other one as well, just to give you a more detailed idea of what to do. Okay, thanks for joining us and take care. Bye.
Bye.